already spilled 2 things. That's unbelievable.
Friday.
All right, let me see. It's 28 minutes after 7 o'clock. It is Friday, November 8th, 2019. 72 degrees right now. Temperatures are not expected to get much warmer. 74, the expected high today. Sorry.
Nice.
Oh, my gosh. There is a 65% chance we'll see rain today. And then tonight, look for lows to drop to 58 degrees. Tomorrow, Saturday, 73 is the high. Really no mention of rain except for early in the morning. The rest of the day looks pretty good. Sunday, climbing to 77 degrees. So kind of a cool night tonight and it's a relatively cool weekend. By Monday, we're back in the 80s again. So have an enjoyable autumn this weekend and then be back in Florida on Monday. So
there you go.
Gosh, I can't believe I spilled water. I spilled coffee.
Oh, that's okay. It's all cleaned up now.
This is the problem. I carry 2 things at once, and neither one of them have a lid on them. So
yeah.
All right, got a good morning. It's Friday, 7:35. We'll open up the phone lines and talk about things in the news, etc., and things you're doing. Maybe you've got a clothing drive. Yesterday, by the way, we went out to Bob Wine's Community Gardens and Nursery. And, Mr. George is the gentleman out there. He has a ministry, and Bob Wines and the staff out there help him to feed and provide clothing, etc., for homeless people in our community. So if you have anything like that, he was telling us yesterday to mention it, so I wanted to throw that in there. Plus, we have a drive over here. It's not really ours. It's from 2 guys in a truck. Is that what they call themselves? And they are collecting clothing and food for veterans. That will be that box that's sitting in the front door there. If you don't even have to come and say hi, although you can come and say hi. But if you just poke your head in, oh my gosh. I will calm down during the break, I promise. Just put the stuff in the box, and on Monday it'll be collected and delivered to the Vets Helping Vets organization. Got it?
Got it.
Good. Oh, my gosh.
Good.
Did I have any time to tell you who's coming on? Ocala Magazine. Today's Trader's Paradise at 9:35, by the way. Then Ocala Magazine. And right now, we'll be right back.
Fox News, I'm Lillian Wu. He walked back a statement about President Trump withholding military aid to Ukraine. Now acting White House Chief of Staff Mick Mulvaney ordered to appear today before some lawmakers.
By issuing this late-hour subpoena, the House committees heading up the impeachment inquiry are now signaling that they badly want to hear directly from Mulvaney before the investigation goes public next week. The House committees had already subpoenaed Mulvaney back in October, but that was for documents.
Fox's Trace Gallagher. Mulvaney is not expected to appear, and a high-profile candidate could be joining the Democratic field for president.
It's not official yet, but Michael Bloomberg is expected to file paperwork for the Alabama primary by the 5 o'clock deadline. Now, the former New York mayor would be running to so-called save the party.
Fox's Aisha Hasni. America is listening to Fox News.
Panera has new breakfast wraps. And yeah, they're an easy on-the-go start to your day. But these are no microwave and go wraps. These are slow-smoked Chipotle chicken, egg, and avocado go-getters. They're maple bacon, eggy smoked Gouda bundles of portable bliss. And they all pair perfectly with our new cold brews. All this can be yours in an instant with rapid pickup. For breakfast that's fast, not fast food. Panera, food as it should be.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents and Doug.
Limu, I love how we're always looking out for each other. Kind of like how Liberty Mutual looks out for you by customizing your home insurance. So you only pay for what you need. Limu, why didn't you tell me about the uncovered manhole? I was literally just telling you. Limu, I had no idea you could swim.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Here is your 1-minute news brief. A 71-year-old man and his 2 grandchildren were killed yesterday on County Road 484 near Bellevue when an intoxicated 48-year-old man broadsided the SUV they were in with his pickup truck at the intersection of County Road 467. Lake County has declared themselves a Second Amendment sanctuary, meaning law-abiding gun owners are safe from having their firearms taken away. An Orlando-based law firm hired by the Marion County School Board has investigated a whistleblower's complaint that school superintendent Superintendent Dr. Heidi Mayer has allegedly been creating a hostile work environment. Mayer's attorney, Henry Farrow, called the investigation a witch hunt. A Florida corrections officer is being terminated after he was accused of molesting 2 children in Marion County. A 33-year-old orangutan granted legal personhood by a judge is settling into her new home in Ocala, and WonderWorks Orlando will host a special Sensory Day November 17th for autistic and other special needs children. And that is your news brief from The Source.
Some sun followed by clouds on this Friday and not as warm as it has been of late. Look for a shower or thunderstorm this afternoon. Highs will range from 75 to 82 across the region. Friday night will be mostly cloudy with a couple of showers and a thunderstorm, and cooler than recent nights have been, with a low in 57 in parts of the region to 68 in the south. Saturday, a couple of morning showers, otherwise clouds breaking for some sun with a high of 73 to 77. Sunday, partly sunny, high 77 to 81. From the Florida Weather Center, meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Hi, this is Big Joe inviting you to join me at AAA Auto Club Group, 3033 Southwest College Road on November 13th from 10 to noon. You will enjoy this open house. There's more to AAA than you might think. Learn about Tow-to-Go, safety programs, insurance, travel, and really too much to mention now. All the departments are looking forward to seeing you and tell you all about AAA. I'm sure you'll be impressed with the things available that you weren't aware of. So see you on the 13th from 10 to noon at AAA.
What's hot in this week's big colorful ad for Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens? Well, just about everything. Take a listen. There's a once-a-year red tag sale on trees. It means you get the best shade trees, citrus trees, ornamental trees that Bob Wines has to offer at 50 to 75% off. Plus, each time you buy one tree, you get a second one just like it for half price. How about that? The camellias are blooming, and that means you can join the camellia crowd with Bob Wine's famous heirloom camellias for as little as $9.99. Also, check out the truckload sale on azaleas. Take your pick. Dwarf, ever blooming, all the way up to big azaleas. They're priced as low as $3.99. Check the ad at bobwinescamelliagardens.net. They've got all this week's specials. Bob Wines, Southeast 38th Street, daily till 4, Saturdays till 3, in the same blooming place since 1952.
All right, thank you. 25 minutes before 8 o'clock. It's Friday, so let's just take that in for a second. I can't believe I spilled stuff, and you've already cleaned up everything. It looks like nothing spilled at all. You have an amazing ability to put things back to where they should be.
That's
you have
what
a gift,
do.
a gift for cleaning my mess.
Yeah, I don't like messes.
Now what was I going to say? I was going to comment on the commercial. That's a commercial. That was a commercial for Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens. And yesterday we went out there, and you got to take it. Just go. It's not November out there. Well, it is, but you know what? It feels like springtime. Right? The flowers are all blooming, right?
Exactly.
So, so it's a nice place. Just go.
It's beautiful. It's gorgeous.
All right, let's look at things in the news. I hate the first story. I am so sad for this family. They have lost Grandpa. They have lost some children. I think these 2 children were his grandchildren.
It's so sad.
I think the children, I shouldn't say I think, I should just look at my notes and tell you. But anyway, let me just read it. A 48-year-old man is now facing driving under the influence manslaughter charges. He was driving drunk, in other words, allegedly. And he crashed broadsided into an SUV being driven by a 71-year-old man named Emilio Nunez. I'm confident that we've had members of the Nunez family in this studio. Our prayers for you. With him in the car were, I believe these are his grandchildren, 9-year-old Navia Nunez. How sad. And 7-year-old Catalea Nunez. Summerfield was their home. I think he was taking them either to school or from school. I don't know. But driving drunk is what happened here, and now there's 3 people no longer with us, and a 48-year-old man whose life is completely turned upside down due to his own doing, by the way. I'm not feeling sorry for him.
No,
I say prayers for his family, though.
But not for him.
But anyway, well, maybe for him too, Robin. Just you know what? It's just I hate these stories. I wish one story was all it took for the rest of us to say, "Oh my gosh, no more driving drunk, no more texting while driving." But it doesn't take one story. No, it's never going to stop.
No.
I don't know what to do, or I don't have any ideas on what to do. You know, they say the self-driving car would be the solution to the problem. Mm-hmm. But what was the story the other day? The self-driving car that killed that woman killed her because she wasn't in the crosswalk. Because the car doesn't know the difference between a non-crosswalk and a person that's jaywalking.
Exactly.
Or whatever. I said that wrong, but you know what I mean.
But in your long news for the story, that 48-year-old, this isn't his first offense. He's been
17.
disregarding. Yeah, so he doesn't care. I mean, if this was his first offense, maybe prayers from me for him. But this is all. He's done this before and before and before, and there's no excuse for him to be on the road at all. He's stupid. He's an idiot.
Okay,
He killed 3 people.
Prayers for all those people. That's the way I say it. Lake County has declared themselves a Second Amendment sanctuary. I guess this is in case we have a president who decides you're not allowed to have a gun, which we were saying yesterday in the story of Senator Dennis Baxley proposing that people who are wanting to get married first have to understand the contents of a book about what it takes to make a good marriage. I know I wanted to jump past that because I had come back and said, well, you know what? Maybe we need some kind of a book. And I'm not making an implication about Dennis, by the way. I think he knows the Constitution. But my comment was we need any elected official to be able to pass a test regarding the Constitution. And the Declaration of Independence, because it sort of kind of says something in that too.
Exactly.
About why we're here and who we are and how we came to be and what we need to do to continue being a free country. You know,
That's right.
So I think if you understand the Constitution, at least if you pass the test, then at least we know, well, at least you passed the test. Of course, you could cheat, like anything.
Yeah.
But anyway, hey, and P.S., you know those Constitution little booklets are free. You can find them all over the Internet, so.
Oh, sure.
You don't even need a paper one. Just download it. It's a short PDF, believe it or not. Our Constitution is not that long.
No, and it should be from every elected official locally all the way up to the president. And I'll bet you not a whole lot of them know it.
Let's see. An Orlando-based law firm hired by the Marion County School Board has investigated the claims of a whistleblower. Sounds like national news, doesn't it?
Yeah.
This complaint was about Dr. Heidi Mayer, who is the superintendent of Marion County Public Schools. The whistleblower alleges that she, Dr. Mayer, has been causing a hostile work environment in the district. At the workshop yesterday, Dr. Mayer's attorney was there. His name is Henry Farrow. He called the investigation a witch hunt. I have some sound bites for this story, so let me see if I can pull them up. Let's see. Make sure I have everything here. Yeah, here's the one where he calls it a witch hunt.
This entire investigation is a political witch hunt. You've all learned the lessons of Washington, D.C., and they're being inflicted upon Marion County. It isn't by the Democrats or it isn't by the deep state. It's by a group of people that just don't want to allow one individual who was elected to do her job to do her job.
Let's see. The report from the Star Banner says that the school board hired a law firm named Rumberger, Kirk, and Caldwell. Their offices are out of Orlando, and their findings say that Mayer's actions did not meet the legal definition of creating a hostile work environment. So let me play the soundbite from Mr. Farrow. This is regarding the investigations.
The fact of the matter is that there have been investigations of employees like there is at any other time. In fact, one individual lied to the school board to get his job. That's not right. It's not permissible. Another individual, a person who was a predator, a sexual predator of a student, was teaching in the school system and Nobody seemed too interested in doing anything about that.
Let's see. School board member Nancy Thrower at the meeting yesterday said that there are currently 7 U.S. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission complaints filed against the district, 1 discrimination suit, and 2 hostile work environment investigations. There was one point in which school board member Nancy Stacy suggested that they sit and have a talk, and I didn't see it, but I heard the audio from it, and it sounds like Nancy Stacy looked up at Dr. Mayer and misread a facial expression, and she thought that it meant, no, we're not going to have a sit-down talk, and so then that soundbite is next. This is mostly Dr. Mayer with Nancy Stacy in the background.
That again is another fabrication, Mrs. Stacy.
Well, you were
another one.
Well, your expression
to add to the very long list of fabrications that not only you're bringing up today, but you continually bring up to continue to create this Dan Brown novel that you think we're living in.
I don't even know who Dan Brown is.
I'm not surprised.
The reality of it is that this lady's going to be the superintendent of schools until November.
I wasn't ready for that soundbite yet. Okay. Well, that's the next soundbite. But anyway, so this is, I'll just wrap it up with this story and then move on to the next one. Dr. Mayer's attorney, Henry Farrow, had these final words. The workshop, by the way, excluded, I believe, if I understood it right, Henry Farrow, but he persuaded them to allow him to talk, just so you know. So this is toward the end of their actual workshop, at least on the audio that is posted on the Star Banner site, and I believe on the Marion County Public School site as well. Mm-hmm. So here's the final comments from attorney Henry Farrow. If I can push this button again, come on. Do it again.
The reality of it is that this lady's going to be the superintendent of schools until November of 2020. You tried to get the attorney general to knock her out. That didn't work. You got Ms. Stacy to put out a newspaper article calling out the fact that she's got Asperger's. You have done everything within your power. Ma'am, then you don't know how to read, Miss Stacy, and I suggest that maybe you go back to a reading class so that you learn how to read.
You attack
No, I mean, she's telling me, she's calling me a liar. She's calling me a liar. Okay, so the bottom line is that you all are doing things the way you want to do it, and you're going to continue doing them the way you want to do it, but eventually there comes a time when someone's going to put a stop to that, and I suggest to you it's going to happen pretty soon.
All right. Well, as somebody trying to just tell you the news and not express opinion, that's all you have right there. But I do have an opinion. I don't know why. Now, this is probably because I'm taking it out of context. So that's my disclaimer. But it doesn't seem like what we're hearing as the public helps us understand what they're doing for the children. To me, the stuff that we get as spectators, watching from the sidelines, the stuff that the Star Banner puts out there, the stuff that is just released, it seems to me that a picture is being painted that our elected officials are not doing what we want them to do for the children who they are elected, in this case, to oversee.
Exactly.
Now, I'm not saying that's the case. I'm just saying that and again, this happens on the national level too. Right? We're given certain pieces of information that make you believe one thing over another. I mean, are we really spending this much time on these things? And shouldn't we know the rest of the story? Aside from actually going down to all of the meetings and sitting through them all, you're probably being exposed only to what is sensational and what is dramatic. That's my thought on this. So my comment isn't really about them. My comment is about the way we, and myself included, only because I don't have anything other than what I'm given.
Yeah.
I mean, the resources I have are limited to those kinds of things. So there you go. That's my thought on that. And and the other part of this, let me tell you the other part of this. We have an open door. We allow anybody on the school board, they want to come in and tell their side of the story. You have to call Robin and she'll set up a time and we'll have a talk. We have Dr. Mayer in here all the time, once a month. And these things, by the way, never come up.
No.
When we have Dr. Mayer and Kevin Christian in here, it is completely about what's going on with the children and what's going on with the schools and with the teachers, etc.
Yeah, completely about the students.
So this stuff never comes up during our meeting. But that's not to say that we don't want it. That I'm just saying when we have a guest in here, we let the guest talk about the subject at hand, whatever the subject is that they want to talk about. And P.S., if you want to come in and talk about this, you got an opinion. If Mr. Farrow wants to come in, or somebody from the law firm of Rumberger, Kirk, and Caldwell, or any of the school board members, you want to come in, you just come on. We don't bite.
No. But the most important people in here are the children, and we don't hear anything coming out of the school board for our students. It's just stuff like this. So we need to hear it, and you're inviting them in, so I like that.
Exactly, but you're reacting to what you hear, not 100% of what actually goes on. That's what I'm trying to say.
Exactly.
Is that we are being, is the word manipulated too strong?
No, that's a good word.
We are being corralled into, into somebody wants us to have an opinion.
Propaganda.
There you go. That's the word.
Propaganda.
Somebody wants us to have an opinion, and here's the cool thing: in this world, we have social media, and we can all be little mini reporters.
For sure.
Unfortunately, a lot of us get it wrong, and a lot of us carry on the same nonsense on Facebook, etc. That is carried on here. But I do think that whether it's the national level or the local level, that if we have somebody who's controlling the press that wants us to believe one thing or the other, then we're always going to be at the mercy of somebody else's, as Robin said, propaganda.
Exactly.
So that's something we as a nation have to be careful of. We as a world, we as a human species have to be careful, because this is how Hitler got in control. And don't pick on me for using him as an example. But you can see it. Just look at history. Come on.
Exactly.
And by the way, Dan Brown is the guy who wrote what's the book he wrote about the Bible, and he had it all wrong or something?
Oh, yeah, we had him on.
No. Dan Brown?
We didn't have him on?
Maybe we did. I don't know.
I thought we had him on.
You remember better than me who we've had.
Yeah, I thought we did.
All right, next story. Oh, I love this story.
Okay, excellent.
I love this story. Are you ready?
Yes, I am ready.
A 33-year-old orangutan granted legal personhood is setting up a new place up in, where is it? Here in Florida, in Ocala.
Yeah, I thought that was a funny story.
What? Okay, so this orangutan, don't get the wrong visualization here. Don't picture an orangutan like moving into the white picket fence house next door. Although, I mean, come on.
I loved your story on this on your long news. It was just such fun, and it was so caring.
The judge, this is the judge, I think down in Brazil, right?
Yeah.
The judge. Her name is Elena Liberatori. She made the landmark ruling in 2015, declared that Sandra the orangutan is legally not an animal, but a non-human person. Now, I have often been a non-human person.
Oh, gee.
I have. I have been a very animalistic human person.
Well, given the right circumstances, everody is.
Thank you very much.
In a fun way.
I could feel the hairs on the back of your neck rising to defend me from myself. Anyway, so yeah, now we can go visit her. What's her name again?
Sandra. And where is she now?
She's in Ocala. I hope I'm saying the name of that town right. And there's a place there called the Great Apes. The Center for Great Apes.
Nice.
I want to go to the Center for Great Apes.
Well, let's go. We'll have a day trip this weekend.
No, I don't want to say my favorite animal is the monkey. Oh, there's another monkey story, too, by the way.
Yeah, but this is a great story because you said she came in her new neighborhood and she was kind of apprehensive.
She was a little shy, yeah.
And then all of a sudden she saw a swing set and things and thought, ooh.
Right. She likes Mr. Rogers, by the way.
Yeah, this is so cool. Such a cool story.
I do have another monkey story.
Okay.
I printed some things more than once. What was I drinking this morning? Thinking.
Oh, I don't know.
Sorry. It's a joke.
I don't know what you do.
Frozen 2 is better than Frozen 1, they say.
Really?
That's a news story, yes.
Well, I want to see that movie.
Frozen 2, better than Frozen 1. Come on, where's my other monkey story?
Yeah, but Frozen 1 was great, and it was a setup for number 2.
There you go.
Frozen 1 was great.
Where's my story? Come on.
I don't know.
Oh, here we go. A kayaker in Silver Springs, Florida, captured video of monkeys raining down from treetops.
Oh, how cool.
Raining down, Robin.
Isn't that something?
It's raining monkeys. Hallelujah. Raining down from treetops into the water to swim away from an apparent confrontation. Apparently, they have a school board, too.
Apparently, they do.
And the other monkey said, I'm out of here. So they rained down into the water to swim away from the confrontation. Rod Gwynn, who said he was kayaking in the Silver River, said he heard the sound of something loud hitting the water. This was loud enough to be a .22 rifle smack, Gwynn told Gainesville.com. I started hearing this loud barking, growling. That was not an alligator smacking his tail or a turtle jumping off a log. Gwynn said the sound turned out to be about 20 monkeys jumping from treetops into the water and swimming to the other side of the Silver River.
See that? Monkeys do swim.
I thought they told us they couldn't swim.
They do, contrary to popular belief.
Normally, you'll see in the trees or in the banks, you'll see a few, he said. If you counted the monkeys you see, you'd see 2 to 10.
I
have a secret to tell him, by the way, but I'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
I haven't normally seen a really large number together, he told WKMG-TV. The rhesus macaque monkeys were apparently fleeing a confrontation between an alpha male and a challenger.
Ooh, there you go. Yeah, well, it's getting to be that time almost. Springtime's coming.
That's a way off. Oh, you think that he wanted one of the lady monkeys, huh?
Yeah. Well, maybe he wants to be the king of the community, so he just decided, well, here we go. This is a good time. This is cool.
Anyway, rhesus macaques native to Asia were introduced in Silver. Oh, this just goes on about the history. We already know that. So here's my little hint.
Okay.
For anybody who goes out there, including Mr. Gwynn, which I'm assuming he knows. It sounds like he's out there a lot. If you take a photograph of the monkeys in the woods, make sure you use high definition on your camera settings.
Yeah.
Then go home and take that onto your computer and enlarge it and look at little pieces. You will see more monkeys than you realize were in that picture. Right?
That's right. Exactly.
Oh,
That's the truth.
That's a cool thing.
Yeah, it's a very cool thing.
All right. Good morning. You're on the air.
Happy Good Friday, guys.
I know. It's so nice when it's Friday. How you doing, Hugh?
Yeah, Fish Fry Friday. Say, with the monkeys, it's so, as long as I've been living in Florida here, and it seems like about at least once a year, it's, let's kill the monkeys because they're doing this, that, and whatnot, and then you get a nice story like this here. I think those monkeys they should be left alone. I think it's an attraction. I think it's a wonderful thing, and, sooner or later we're going to hear another, they're doing this, they're doing that, and everything, and they're not doing nothing. They're just living like any wild animal would in the woods, and I think for the canoers and all the people that visit Silver Springs, it's part of the attraction.
Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, I said the same thing about the pythons, but I don't think this is the same as the pythons.
No, it's not.
No, but I know a couple of years back we took a cruise on the river there, and the boat captain says, "Hang on to your hat and purse, ladies, and this that, because the monkeys will sweep down and they'll help themselves to something that's loose on your body." And so you got to be a little careful, and more or less than that. But I think that was when I have people visit from Wisconsin that come down, most of the times we'll take a boat trip on the river there, and they just love seeing those monkeys because you just don't see monkeys in a natural setting anywhere.
Yeah, no, I love them too. Yeah, I think everybody does. I don't see that they're causing any problem. I mean, if they're running away from two monkeys fighting, I can't blame them.
No.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, at least once a year you're going to hear somebody complain about it, and it'll hit the papers, and it'll hit the radio, and this, that, and whatnot, and it blows away like everything else.
Right. All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Hugh. We're almost up against the break here, so I want to make sure we squeeze in one more. WonderWorks In Orlando, they're having a very special sensory day. I kind of like when I have stories like this. If you have a child with autism or a special needs child that is just a little sensitive to loud noises and flashing lights, WonderWorks is notorious for loud noises and flashing lights, and that's part of the allure. That's what makes it exciting. However, to a child with autism, it's frightening. And so WonderWorks is having a special sensory day. It'll be November 17th. They will be lowering the music throughout the whole attraction. They will be turning off exhibits that are considered loud. They will alter exhibits to provide limited stimulation, and it's all so that they could have a day where those young people, it could be somebody not even young. Maybe you have an issue with sensory things and you're 84 years old and you'd like to go, So just so you know, they're doing that. And it is $10 a person, and I'm not trying to slip in an ad here for WonderWorks, but, we have people in our community who would probably enjoy going to this. And that's why I include that kind of a story in my news when I do these stories. That's why I include Disney stories.
Yeah,
Disney is clearly issuing news releases to be like covert advertisements.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Anyway, so all right, we'll take a little break. It's raining monkeys here. Right? Here we go. Come on. Here we go. Come on. It's raining monkeys. Hallelujah. Monkeys. Hallelujah. All right, we'll take a little break. We'll be right back. This is The Source. Oh my God. We'll be right back. YouTube's going to not want this on there. We got to stop. This is The Source, WOCA Ocala.
Direct connects to UCF, where students who attend the College of Central Florida and graduate with an AA or articulated AS degree are